Um, so I'm telling you, like I said again, and I'm going to say it on recording for the second time, and it's going on YouTube this time, because I don't think you got or understand what I'm stating here. So I'm going to state it for you and YouTube right now, because it's going on live next. Now, a 4-year facilitated torture to me, Mark Shallot, has been happening for the last 4 years, and FCC devices used that are unlicensed, which I'm showing a notarized copy of the FCC Part 15 under video camera for YouTube right now. It's a Model 388-TC. As you can see, that's a commissioner stamp approving it. And you can see his commissioner number, which is 2130201, Notary Public, California, Los Angeles County. My commission expires November 11th, 2019. Dated February 16th, 2017. This was done at Tarzana Printing, Tarzana, California, along with the bolt of HOA management with the camera with my apartment number on bottom, which was used in the torture as well. Residence management, including Spectrum, stealing my number to block all 911 calls. Not only stealing all my calls, but blocking ADA, frauding Homeland Security, frauding Secret Service, including much more. LAPD, not only in apartment 111, about 20 minutes ago, close to my apartment. Why? Maybe the footage from the parking lot, apartment 111 camera, and them wanting to retrieve it illegally because it has 6 years of evidence against Spectrum, and many individuals that will place them in a federal institution for the rest of their lives for war crimes and torture to a disabled person by hate, as a hate crime was committed to Mark Shallot in Wilshire, California, after police threatened to plant drugs and his DNA in a crime scene if this FCC device that they planted in my home was not returned. With apartment 208, Iranian suspect whose partners planted explosives in a van, which a 911 call was placed and police inspected the van, only the outside and not going in. 6 police stations are involved in these crimes, including some internal affairs agents. Spectrum, I stated to Miss Andrea what I needed. I stated after all the crimes in their company, 100 people lying, and her just giving me the same fraudulent number of a supposedly Spectrum worker, which is for security, which I will show you now is a frauded number as we look it up to prove it to you. So not only did Miss Andrea give me a frauded number, but proving that she is not trying to help me. And why would you give me a frauded number to get help? Is because they're hiding crimes. Is that right, Miss Andrea? Okay, can you please look up the number you just gave me and see that it's a fake number? So then you can ask yourself, why would I give him a fake number? It's called common sense. It's called common sense. Everybody has it. Common sense, common courtesy to a disabled person. Wouldn't you want to check if you gave me a fake number right now? Is it the right thing to do? Yes, it is, of course, especially if I'm a customer. Right? Or it's not fair? Can you look it up or no? And exactly what I stated, she's involved. So I'm filing ADA paperwork on her. It will be done tomorrow morning, and it will be filed with her ID number, name, and this phone call recording, and it will be turned over to the sheriff department for her being involved in a crime against the White House and participating in hiding the crime on Homeland Security and Secret Service agents, including changing USSID codes on the phone number that they stole by identity theft, which is 1714-770-4106. They were involved in sending a 5-page virus to the White House on http://whitehouse.gov, May 4, 2017, under Shallot Wi-Fi, while FBI conducting an unofficial operation on Mark Shallot, which states phone hacking and computer hacking, in fact, and not only them being involved in a 5-page virus sent, but it reported to West Valley Police Department on 6/6/2017 with the FCC IDs of the device that they sent the virus and everything else, including the White House line and copyright crimes to that White House website, which now I'm charging Spectrum with and filing paperwork on. I want to say thank you, Andrea. So I'm stating for the record, please take care of this matter. Contact Homeland Security due to explosives in the investigation. I do need help. I've been tortured for 4 years, and you blocked my 911 calls. You can check out my 3 websites, which will prove you guys committing so many crimes that it's unbelievable. Over $1 billion deficit for the United States of America illegally and hiding the crimes of it. not only negligent to the fact, but letting a disabled person be tortured, I will file criminal charges on your company. And I'm sorry, but I do have to push ADA paperwork on you for discrimination to disability, and you taking advantage of me and hurting me as a disabled person. It's a 10-year prison sentence for you if they convict you. If you have a record, it's 10 years, excuse me, it's 5 years if you don't. I am filing criminal charges on you now since you're stating to me that you cannot help me after you gave me a false, fraudulent number, which right now under video camera we will be looking up and I will prove it to you. So there it is then. I want to talk to the supervisor now. Alright, so we're filing ADA paperwork on her. I don't even think she's a spectrum worker. What happened was, instead of giving back the phone number I called back from on the message, no, I'm talking to the recording and tell them that I think this is a frauded number that you just did. But I have voice recognition, so it's not a problem. We could find you regardless. Now, what I stated was when contacting her, when they're supposed to repeat back my phone number that they're going to call back for a business feedback, it did not. She picked it up right away, intercepting a call. She intercepted a call. It means that she's highly involved in the crime against the White House of a cyber terrorist act, and not only trying to destroy the computer systems of the United States White House, but to hurt it, leaving it open for Iranian, North Korean, and Russian to target us in an assault. She is committing war crimes, and it is a life sentence in jail if convicted. I stated my piece with the lady, and that's all there is to it. I'm filing criminal charges on her tomorrow morning with Lost Hills Sheriff Department in Agoura Road. I'm doing it with Mrs. Green, which is a highly respected sheriff, and I'm going to do it nicely and calmly, and Andrea will be seen with handcuffs the next time she's being seen by sheriffs. Enjoy the new wristbands, I can say. That's about it. Now, supervisor will be nice. So we're waiting on a supervisor at the moment. Now, we are stating that law enforcement is definitely in the hallway and was in the hallway 20 minutes ago. We will see. I mean, they could go for another 7th attempted murder, but Lieutenant today, Fashfin, was contacted and told about the crimes his officers have been committing and doing it with Spectrum and entrapping Mark Shallett, involved in the 6 attempted murders, 6 kidnappings, 12 false arrests, and over 100 illegal poisonings. So including the illegal stalking for the intent to kill by LAPD's Pacific Division and West Valley after cutting Mark's engine wires in Pico, California. So, Miss Andrea, do you have a supervisor to speak with now? Yeah, I mean, shouldn't you just transfer it? I mean, yeah. And then maybe you could tell her why you were negligent to helping me. Yeah, maybe you could tell her why you were negligent to help me. Maybe she wants to know why you were negligent. Maybe it's a good thing and honest thing to do, to not be involved in terrorism. Because why else wouldn't you report this to Homeland Security unless you're involved in a crime, right? I couldn't see no other way. Conviction, it can really hurt yourself with that. It's a life sentence, by the way. Hello. All right. I did. I had 2 slices. Yeah. You know, like the carrots is good. Yeah. Yeah, it's real good. It's like horchata in a way, I guess. So, this is Miss Andrea, and she's getting. Miss Andrea's getting a supervisor so we can escalate this issue and get this matter dealt with after they give you a fraudulent number and claim to be a security person involved with that number when it's just a frauded fake number and part of their crime against the White House for some odd reason. Who gives you a fake number at the end of the day? Think about it. Unless they're criminals. and has no explanation for it. Now we're still waiting for a supervisor, but we got nothing. A dry air. And you gotta ask yourself, why haven't the supervisor on the phone?
Okay, you're gonna hear some music, and then you'll be connected to my supervisor.
Yeah, I want you to escalate the issue, and I'm just stating that for the record, to escalate it no matter what, due to the involvement of explosives and a 911 call made, and then you guys hacking the Secret Service and completely disconnecting my phone by changing USSID codes, which is highly illegal, and it's a crime to disable person, and you blocking all my 911 calls, where I was poisoned, and I almost lost my leg because of you guys. So, yes, I do have a witness. My therapist is a witness to it.
Okay, give me 1 second. I'll let my supervisor know all of that. One moment.
Yeah, please, state it all. I want it all stated, by the way.
At Spectrum, we're committed to bringing you the most advanced products and services for your home. Our state-of-the-art fiber-rich network is capable of delivering all your entertainment, bandwidth, and communication needs well into the future. As a Spectrum customer, you'll enjoy the best entertainment, fast internet speeds, and a reliable voice service. Welcome to Spectrum. We're glad you're here.
Keeping both lines on. We're not gonna lose this recording, that's for sure. One's on the charge and one's not. We're double dosing them right now. They better come up with a good answer for this one. That's all I gotta say. And if they don't, it's gonna be really bad for them. Because I'm pressing full charges on them. Full charges.
Did you know you can have services installed
I
on your
report every
schedule with a
copyright
1-hour
crime we're
arrival
involved
window?
in, every phone
And you can
crime,
confirm or
every
change your
fraud,
time
everything.
using my account at
Every piece of evidence
twc.com
against them. I
or
will get
our
it
free
because I have all my phones
mobile app.
and my device information and a police report for every single one.
Hello, sir.
Hello, sir.
Hi, my name's Travis. I'm Andrew Nate supervisor. How can I help you?
Well, you guys gave me a fake phone number to contact the security personnel. Why would you give me a fake phone number, sir?
What do you mean a fake phone number?
Oh, well, ask her what phone number she just gave me, and then look it up on Google, and then ask yourself that question.
What did she give you a phone number for, though? She gave you a phone number?
Yeah, ask her.
What was it supposed to be for?
For someone to call them for my security problems, because you guys not only lied to me by committing identity theft and stealing a cell phone number and calling my home phone only to have the top part blocked but with the same number on bottom, and then when I pick up the phone not answer, and then my cell phone not only the internet gets disconnected from nowhere, but having your Spectrum band illegally hook my phone up through Wi-Fi. Maybe that one.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm not sure, but so are you having like technical issues?
No.
Or?
First things first. Ask yourself and check the phone number she gave me, and then let's move forward. That's the right thing and responsible thing to do first. I want to do things right. I don't like to do things half-assed. I'm sorry. I'm not a half-assed type of guy. I'm here on proven points and facts only. Like the facts of the 100-year workers stating that my cell phone number has no relevance to their phone company for a year and a half, but only to have on recording your tech guy admit illegally my phone being on your account for a year and a half, taken off, and then put back on June 2nd and there till now. And if you check it up, you'll see exactly what I'm stating, more than 100% correct.
What number is that?
17147704106. And then I'll let you hear the recording.
You gotta slow down for me.
Well, you know, you guys
Play that number again.
1714 770 4106.
714-770-4106.
Yeah. It's going to be erased by now. But if you check the past, if it was hooked up or not, you're going to see it's related to account 2290 and 11 something else. Because I dialed my phone number there, and that's exactly what it stated. And now, you guys put that boxing fight in between of them telling me what account it brings up. And that's how you guys are screwing me now. You're not talking to a stupid guy, by the way. I beat the FBI on May 4, 2017. Think about who you're talking to first. I beat the whole FBI building by myself, by the way, just to let you know. And the 11,000 Wilshire block. I made them look like clowns in front of the world. And involved in a 5-page virus sent to the White House with your Spectrum modem involved in the crime. But you guys frauding Homeland Security, Secret Service lines, and the Department of Defense hanging up on them 4 times. And then you could explain that.
So let me ask you a question, sir, because I'm here in our billing department. What is it I can help you with in regards to
check that phone number you just gave me. Google it. And what number did you give me? A fake number, right? Why would you give me a fake number?
I'm looking into that. Give me 1 second.
Yeah, go ahead and start there first. And then let's move to something forward. That way, we're seeing eye to eye and we're not having no manipulation in hand. I'm not about the lies that you guys been doing to me for over a year and a half and blocking 911 calls. Why would you block my 911 calls? I'm disabled. By the way, I'm disabled. I almost lost my leg because of you guys. Now I got a lot of damage in my leg where it swells up every week. And you guys continue, after stating that you took the number off, continue to have my number on your line, and I got all the recordings I want you to hear after. I'm going to play them for you.
So I show a note here back on the 19th of June that the number that I show here in the note is for our security investigator.
Yeah, go ahead and look up that number on Google and see it's a frauded number.
Have you tried to call it?
Yeah, it's fraud. Sir, it's a fake person. It's not a security. It's not legit. It's a fraud. It's a person pretending to be a security person. It's fraud. No Spectrum relevance to it at all. It should say Spectrum Security. It should have your representation. Instead, it says unknown.
Well, that doesn't necessarily mean it's fraud. It just means that it could be just an unknown.
Man, come on,
You
man.
can't believe everything Google says.
Actually, Google's the smartest company in the world. And if you hack their system, they give you $1 million instead of putting you in jail, and they give you a job. So don't tell me what Google is. I know exactly what Google is. Because I beat Google workers. I beat them. And I beat everybody they brought against me and proved them all involved in crimes, including your Spectrum workers, in front of my home for 5 hours straight in the van with white earpieces, committing crimes to a disabled person, but doing it so I can't contact Homeland Security and Secret Service. But you guys failing to report fraud as you committed fraud to me. You let 15 people be on my Wi-Fi and then have your New York Don or whatever his name was say that he's going to report fraud on it and never do it. When there's 15 people committing crimes to me on the Wi-Fi, stealing everything from me, and you guys never report it? Why? That's one of the 20 times.
Okay, so now, sir, I looked up that person's name in our system here, in my email system here, in our addresses and our phone numbers, and that's a valid number. That's a person on our security team. That's our.
And what is this man gonna do for me, sir?
I don't know. I mean, that's just what we show here in the notes, is that was somebody.
I know, but I want some kind of official paperwork for you in the mail. I want to give you my address. You stating that this guy is a Spectrum security man. I don't want to talk to a guy with a number that doesn't relate to Spectrum, and it says fraud in a fake number when I Google it every time.
This is what I'm. Okay, so let me just say this. This is what I'm going to explain. So you today, just bear with me here. Today you called us, so you know I work for Spectrum because you called.
Well, there's a problem on that. When you guys are supposed to report the number, you're going to call back on the system feedback to give a feedback on you guys. Your Miss Andrea picked up the phone before repeating my number, and the reason she did that is because it says my phone number is 855 something 799 something 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 something. That's why she picked it up. So we're gonna repeat that, and I wouldn't have it on recording.
So let me ask you this: you know the Spectrum, correct?
Well, she gave me a fake number. That guy never called me once. And then after me having a recording of your Spectrum worker promising to take my phone number off the line, me having to call back 3 more times and get it taken off 3 more times, but it's still being related to the account in apartment 126. Now, can you check that number if it's still hooked up there? and it's still under that 2290, and then ask yourself if I believe you or not.
What number are you talking about?
714 770 4106.
Now let me ask you this. That's your cell phone number?
Yes.
Okay, so why would we have anything to do with the cell phone number?
Roku, whatever you guys had it hooked up to. I don't know. I got 3 year people saying it was hooked up through my brother's line who worked with police to get out of a 2-year jail sentence. So 2 plus 2 tells me 4. Why else would they say for 100 calls that my phone number has no relevance, not even a contact, but under my brother's name, under an account of his? Because
I sure we're providing you a phone number for the landline there, but this cell phone number, there's no relevance to this on your account.
well, June 2nd, check the June 2nd, June 2nd when you hooked it back online. Yeah, exactly. Wake up, smell the coffee, buddy.
Well, so then what I was going to say is the memo here on your account of that phone number is a member of our hold on, let me just find the note.
Yeah, think twice before you talk to me, bro. You know, you're not talking to an idiot here. And ask yourself first, before you repeat anything to me, ask yourself why you guys call my home phone and then my cell phone gets disconnected, but you having the top where the Time Warner usually is with the same number blocked. And then my cell phone internet gets disconnected. Ask yourself that one question before you say something else to me, and check yourself on the matter, and use your brains before you say anything, because I want to understand you're talking to a person that beat the FBI, not a chump and not an idiot. By the way, just to let you know, okay? I don't take no bullshit. I'm a military man. I don't play games. I book asses and I put them in jail. That's all I do. And then I want to know why you're blocking Homeland Security and Secret Service from getting this report. And then I want to report the modem involved in a crime against the White House. And I got the processing chip in hand, and you guys manipulating the box and putting surveillance equipment to be on the chip because it's important.
So let me just say this. So these issues that you're having, that's the reason why we have this note on the account. So our security investigator, that's the number they want you to call to report these complaints that you have.
I know. Can you send me a letter verifying this person who he is?
I don't have a way to do that. That's why I was saying, like, you called us. You know I'm Spectre.
Okay. Well, you know what? Since I got you on recording and we've been on for 22 minutes and 22 seconds, we do. Okay. You know what? I'm going to trust you on it because this recording's going to YouTube. I believe you. Okay.
Well, I do have to say that I don't give you permission to record me. I just need
Well, you guess what? Surprise for you. And let me tell you something. Now, if something is going on strange that's very abnormal and you can't understand what's going on, then you are allowed by law to record. So you don't have to give me consent or not. And I don't give a shit if you do or not, because you guys are involved in hiding a crime from the White House. So not only is the Secret Service going to look into this video, but I'm going to send it to Homeland Security. And I'm going to make sure they get it. So I want to state this now. I need you to report this to Homeland Security immediately. And give them the recording.
Yes, sir, I understand. Yeah, I don't really have a way to do that. I'm not
That's fine. That's fine with me. But if you end up in handcuffs, don't ask yourself why you didn't do a smart thing. I've been under a 4-year facilitated torture with you guys involved when the trappings, attempted murders, and helping facilitate that torture by having your Spectrum vans in the back of my building, helping LAPD entrap me in crimes. Now that's your ass. I will press charges on you. I want your name, your ID number right now.
Okay, let me give it to you. My first name is Travis.
Uh-huh.
T-R-A.
Uh-huh. And I want your ID number, sir. Now, do you hear the man got cut off? Now, the other line's open. But somebody disconnected the line. And his name is Ronnie Gluska. Involved in being in the other room where the telephone cord is, and in being involved in the hacking of CIA. May 13th, 6:38 p.m. He was not involved in that one, but involved in other CIA website crimes. Not only that, but helping terrorists involved with explosives aimed at the White House to commit a crime against the White House. Ronnie Gluska was caught with 7 cell phones, and now I'm going to give you all the information of those 7 cell phones. Now, on the other phone, Hello. All right. Well, it is what it is. Through satellite, whoever was passing by my window between these times, 9:45 and 9:53, are involved in using a device to kill the battery on my home phone, and I want them being turned over to Homeland and Secret Service as part of the crimes of war, not only against the White House, but involved with terrorist acts, including explosives. Mark Shallot, Internal Affairs, case 16-003238. Reference on that is 13.5.1 out of Los Angeles Internal Affairs of 1213-486-0150. Thank you very much. Now this is going on YouTube.